Here. I'm happy to just open it up for questions and go from there. Excited to talk about our staff a little bit, some of the updates we've had, and any other questions you guys have for me.
How about talking about the new coaches on the staff just a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'm excited to have that finalized. The first thing that happened with our staff is promoting Jay Lucas back in, what was it now, a couple months ago. And Jay's been so steady for me. He's got great experience, but he's been just a great addition the way he is with our players. He's been our defensive coordinator. He's really taken that to heart. He's done a great job with our defense, great with relationships, and he always tells me the truth. And that's what you need when you're a head coach. You need people that are going to tell you the truth, the way they see it. But he's been terrific. Bringing Will Avery back on staff has been just such a great thing. He's been a part of our program the last couple of years as a graduate assistant, but you have a guy who's been a lottery pick. You have a guy who has played in the NBA. He's a big-time player here in college, knows what Duke is all about, and so to get him back is great. And then to bring Manuel Dildy here. Coach Dildy and I've known Emmanuel for some years. He's from Chicago originally, and just to see how he's grinded, every step of the way. Started off at Kennedy King College, junior college, and you ask any of the coaches he's come across, whether it be at Missouri, Valpo, Northwestern, Loyola, Oklahoma, they rave about him. Great with relationships. He's a big-time worker. You talk about a guy who's really excited to be at Duke. He's really excited, and he's brought a great energy to our staff. And of course, Coach Carroll, Chris and I have been together for some time now, and he's been a rock for me. He does so many different things for our team. He's been in charge of our offense. Obviously, he knows what Duke is all about, and to bring that staff together has been, it's been great.
Was it intentional to go outside of the brotherhood? And I think Coach Dildy has coached wings in the past, and Emil was coaching bigs. How does that kind of shift your responsibilities?
Well, it wasn't intentional. It was just about finding the right fit, whoever that person was. And, Dildy's worked with a lot of different positions, wings being one of them. Chris has worked with bigs in the past. He's done a great job, very versatile. And so Chris will be primarily with our bigs. E will be with our wings, and in the short time, just getting to know him, just his attention to detail is great. He'll really help, Mark Mitchell and TJ Power and Jaden Shooting, those guys. But the thing we do a good job of is continuing to overlap too, where there's interaction with different coaches, where it's not just only Chris with Ryan Young, or if it's if Emmanuel sees something with Ryan, he can help him too. So, but that's how we're going to structure it.
You mentioned the coordinators. Emil was kind of in that both and player development role last year. Where does Emmanuel slide in? Is it player development also?
Yeah, well, he's naturally all three of those guys, and then Will. It's been actually different for me to think about having more coaches on the floor. We've never really had graduate assistants here. That just hasn't been something that's worked. We actually have a couple for the first time, but having Will Avery in addition to Emmanuel, Jay, and Chris, you get a chance to really personalize it more. And so from a player development standpoint, the way we're doing it by positions, we're able to get to where for our guys the development is the best place in the country here. That's our goal. We feel we have the personnel, the structure to do it, and now the resources. When you think about it's better if you're worrying about 2 or 3 guys as opposed to 6. Just the attention to detail you can have, the individualization of it all is really important.
How much is that related to